I get calls this time of year from lots of people. Now, how do you make gravy? Because normally they use those little packets of that brown stuff. This is the way to do it. It's not anything to be afraid of. What I've done, took the turkey out. Now I put this pan back over the burner, and I've got vegetables in here. Now I'm going to take just Grandma's old masher, and I want to extract as much flavor as I can out of these vegetables. Like that. And now I'm going to deglaze with half a cup of dry white wine. Be careful. That could easily flame up over an open flame like we have. So if you're a novice cook, turn it off first. So now we'll just continue to go in here, and we're deglazing, right? Mash as much flavor as you can get out of those vegetables, like this. We're going to strain these out later, so don't worry. And now most of that alcohol is burned off. The pan is pretty well deglazed. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of organic chicken broth that we have right here. And now I'm going to turn the heat off because it's hot enough. And then we have what's called a slurry. And this is simply about equal parts of cornstarch and cold water. Now, if that's at a rip-roaring boil and you put this stuff in, it can clump up. That's why I've turned the heat off. So now I'm going to take some of this slurry like this. This is pretty thick stuff, so we'll just put a little ribbon of it in there to start. And then we'll mix it through just using our little masher like this. And it's hard to tell from the camera, but it is what we call in the restaurant business, it is tightened up significantly. So I'm going to add just a little more because it could be a little thicker. Get that in there, and that just will dissolve right in our liquid. And there, now our gravy is tight. And this is what we're going to use to pour over our turkey in just a minute. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, now we need to strain out the vegetables that are in our gravy so we can get it completed. First step is to lift it, and it's heavy. Right up here, we've just got a simple colander. And I have the fancy chinois and those real chefy type colanders, but I'm showing you that many of you at home that only have this type of colander can still do what I'm doing here. So now I've got this in here, and you can see underneath there that the gravy wants to come through. So we'll use this, and we'll just push, and we'll get as much liquid as we can through the holes at the bottom of our strainer. We wanted to invest in what they call a chinois. It's a conical shaped strainer. It makes this job a lot easier. But it can be done with any old household colander like this that you would normally probably use to make pasta. And there we have a beautifully rich gravy underneath there that's actually nice and thick, and it's got little chunks of vegetables in it. It's going to be delicious. And no packets. We didn't use any packets. Can you believe it? That's where we need to get. That's the harvest eating way. Making it from scratch. All right. So it's hard for you to see it unless I tip it here so my camera 2 can get in there. There's some gravy in there, and I'm going to taste it with my finger. And it does need a touch of salt, so we'll use just a little bit of kosher salt. And also one more twist of black pepper. Watch our knife here. And now we'll take this little ladle, mix that through, and now we're ready to plate up our Thanksgiving dinner.
To see more tips, techniques, and videos, visit harvesteating.com. 4 seasons, 1 lifestyle.